All right, we are good to go. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, perfect. So I knew it was going to be a small group tonight. I thought I scheduled it ahead of time, but a lot of people couldn't make it. But I thought, you know what, instead of rescheduling, let's just make this. And Kristen and Kirsten can also share a lot of tips. And then I can share the recording, and you'll just have this as a resource basically to use for your teams, because this question does come up a lot. So I thought, hey, why not? We'll make it and it'll be recorded, which I'm doing right now, and then we'll have it as that resource. So I'm basically the question was, how do you share the coaching opportunity? We're trying to reach Diamond. How do we sign up, our 8 coaches that we need? So I'm going to go through and kind of explain what I do from my side, and then Kirsten and Kristen are going to kind of explain what they've done, because both of them have hit Diamond as well. So I just made some notes here for myself today, because I was kind of thinking what I do, because honestly, sometimes I don't know what I do, because sometimes things happen so randomly, but I tried to come up with some specific points on when I do know what happens, what actually does. And so the first thing I wrote down was basically, I try my best not to overthink it. I try not to complicate it at all. I actually was interested. I went into Kirsten Crow and my messages, and I actually scrolled back to the very top, because I'm like, I wonder how I got her to sign up as a coach. And she was a phenomenal challenger, so I obviously started with that, and I knew she'd be a great coach, but I wrote her probably 2 paragraphs of information, like costs and this and this. I'm like, why did she even sign up with me? That was way too much information. I would have been like, whoa. But I mean, thankfully she trusted me enough. But just that's an example that, I mean, you live and learn, each conversation you're going to improve from. So now basically what I do, I try and keep it super simple, super casual. I don't have a script. I don't have anything for that. So basically the 3 ways I get coaches. One is through challengers. That's the number 1 way. And I find that's where my best coaches have come from, because they are already using the products. They already are in love with them. And the best coaches are people who are passionate about the products and want to share them and know that they could help others. So number 1 is challengers. So how do I personally do this? Basically, whenever I see them succeeding and I think that they'd be a phenomenal coach, I actually just sent out a couple messages today to some girls. I asked, how are they enjoying their fitness program? And they told me. And I said, how are you enjoying Shakeology? And they told me. And if they were really enjoying both, I said, super simple, I'm so happy you're enjoying both. Have you ever thought about coaching, whether it be for the discount or actually to build the business? And then I usually end the conversation with, let me know either way. Just thought I'd let you know. Really chill and really making them feel like it's okay either way. Because if I kind of leave it I really want them to sign up, they get the vibe that you're kind of really wanting them to sign up, which maybe deep down you are, but realistically it's their choice and you want them to feel welcome. So I'll usually say something like that. Hey, I really loved your involvement and you're enjoying the products. Have you ever thought about coaching, whether it be for the discount or building the business? And then we kind of go from there. If they say, yeah, I have been thinking about it a bit, then I'll usually say, okay, I've got this 30-minute webinar I did a little while ago. Could I send it to you? And that's what I send them. And I highly recommend maybe making a little video like that to send people. You can send them mine. That's totally fine. But it's just a great thing so that you don't have to type out all that info. Just make a little webinar or something like that, record yourself, upload it to YouTube, and that resource is constantly there to send people, and it's got all the information. So you don't even have to worry about telling them the sign-up costs or the best way to sign up or what coaches do, because it's all in that link you can send them. And you can send them pretty much anything you want, but that's a great idea to do if you've got time down the road. I didn't make that for like months down the road. I think I used one of Lindsay Matway's, but now I've got that one, so it's really handy. They'll watch the video, they'll kind of say yes or no, or maybe down the road, and then we basically just go from there. And in our group, I posted a new document I made for step-by-step what I'm going to do now when I sign up coaches. So feel free to use anything from there if you want to. I just wanted to streamline it a little bit more because sometimes I forget. I'm like, shoot, did I add them to the group? Did they do the training? I'm not sure. So I just wanted to streamline it a bit. So asking challengers is probably the easiest way to get coaches, and you'll probably get the best coaches from there. And I still get so nervous. I had it on my to-do list to email my challengers that I thought would make good coaches. And I think it was on my list for 3-4 days because I don't know, it still makes me nervous, but it's just something I got to do to build the business. So keep it really, really simple. Second way I get coaches, someone I know that hasn't been involved yet in a challenge group, but I think would be a great coach. I usually just start having a general conversation with it and just bring it up really casual like I do with challengers. Have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing? We're just pretty much the same person. I think you'd really enjoy it. Do you think it'd work? Do you think it'd benefit your life right now? And just, 3 to 5 sentences, really casual. If they're interested, then you can send them the webinar or more details. And last way I do it is obviously through the public invite. You'll see on my Facebook page, I'll do invites when we have our sneak peeks or when we have our trainings. I'll do public invites. And that'll sometimes attract some challengers that I've had in the past. It'll sometimes attract new people. And then same thing. They'll do it and they'll like the page or fill out the application or whatever. And I'll say, great, would you like more details? And then that's when the webinar or more information comes in. They say yes or no, and we go from there. So 3 ways. I do challengers first, people I know that I think would be great, and then public inviting on Facebook. And I don't know, my voice is raspy. Basically what has made it a lot easier for me is to detach myself from the outcome. Whether they want a coach or not, that's great. Once I started to learn how to detach myself from the outcome, it kind of just eased up my fears of messaging people. Same with challenge groups. If they do it, great. If they don't, whatever, I'll move on to the next person. So that really makes it easier on yourself so you're not so stressed out. And keep it simple. Send them, a couple sentences and then send them off to a webinar or more resources. They can say yes or no. Then you don't have to stress about word vomiting all over them and what you're going to say. So that is my 3 ways that I do it. And I also have to, one last thing, the one thing that's really made a difference, I guess, in signing up coaches has been my mindset. Just like challenge groups and selling the products in Shakeology, you're confident in them, they work, so you're confident in people buying them. Same with coaching. When you're talking to people, be confident in it, believe in it, know that it's completely changed your life and that it can change somebody else's life, and they're going to feel that confidence you're radiating. If you're kind of not sure, you're like, do they think this is a scam, blah, blah, blah. They're going to feel that off of you. So be proud of what you're doing too when you're having those conversations. So I'm going to pass it on to Kirsten, and she can share her tips. She's growing a pretty stellar team herself with, I know Miss Taryn Stork is blowing it out of the water up there, and Hilaria Roz with some crazy success club points. So Kirsten must be doing something right to be attracting these unreal coaches too.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, so I, for whatever reason, got disconnected there for a little bit, so I hope my mic was off because I might have swore a time or two. But I'm back. So I just wrote down a few of the things that I think of when I'm wanting to grow my team and some of the things that have worked for me. So I like to do subtle posts about how coaching has changed my life. I don't always like to do the big, flashy, why Beachbody has changed my life financially or in a business sense. I like to do it like, ooh, I get new backsplash tiles because of this week's earnings, or I can get a new outfit today, or gas money, just little things that improve your daily life because of coaching, not some monumental, earth-shattering change. These are little changes that I like to share with people. And people can relate to that. You're not being sensationalist, you're being real. So the other thing I try to implement, and it might be kind of backwards thinking, but I don't always use the word Beachbody. I revamped my cover photo recently to say that I'm like a good vibe guru. I'm a promoter of positivity, and that encourages conversation. People come to me and ask me about what I do. They don't have a preconceived notion, oh, she's a Beachbody coach. Oh, I know all about them. So by having a little bit of mystery or a little bit of leaving a little bit out has more people coming to me or being more comfortable coming to me, asking me what I do. So another thing is I send private messages to people that I think would make incredible coaches, and they're not challengers. They're people on my Facebook that post like positive quotes. I'm like, oh, I love that quote today. It really hit home for me. And I might do a couple little drops to those people throughout the week. And then I won't bombard them at first, but then I will follow it up 2 or 3 conversations later with, I think you would be an incredible member of my team. And just let them know that they have the qualities of a potential successful Beachbody coach. So compliment them on their specific qualities. Don't just headhunt 30 people on your Facebook. Say, you'd make a great Beachbody coach. Why would they make a good Beachbody coach? Is it because they're very positive? Are they really family oriented and they love, being at home with their kids? Find out more, learn more about these people that you're sharing this experience with, and make it personal and show that you actually do care. Because I know you do. You just have to make sure that they get that you do care. Add people to your Facebook. People you have never met in your life, and it is going to be awkward. It is going to be weird, but it works. For example, this morning I added a friend. She had 12 contacts in common with me, and I have started creating a message that I deliver to people once they've accepted my friend request. Maybe I could pull it up here and I'll just read it to you what it says. I kind of tailor it a little bit to people, but I've sent out probably 30 of these in the last couple days, and I've gotten a positive response back every single time. And I've sold, I think, 3 challenge packs in the last 2 days because I'm being genuine. So I said, hey, Haley, thanks for accepting my friend request. Random, I know, haha. I run online motivation, health and wellness, self-esteem groups for women, and I love networking with people from all over. I'm always looking for inspiration. I hope you don't mind me adding you. I do post a lot about positive lifestyles, healthy recipes, women supporting women, and the importance of daily physical activity. I'd love for you to follow along. Thanks, girl. So that's all I say. And then I have yet to have a negative one or someone not respond. They're always like, yeah, that sounds great. Thank you. And those are the people who, if they reach out to you and they say thank you and they want to be a part of that, they could be potentially really good coaches because they value those things too. So don't be afraid. And I didn't say Beachbody coach in there once. So I'm telling them that I do this, and then the story will develop, as our dialogue continues with these people. So the other thing was, so with the random messages, just share what your intent is. If you're more focused on like videos of your workouts, say that you post a lot about that. But for me, it was recipes and motivational stuff. The other one was share valuable content on your Facebook page, and just think, would you follow yourself? If there was someone on your Facebook posting exactly what you were posting, would you follow along? Or would you be like, yep, seen that 100 times, same old thing? Or do you have a unique quality that makes you followable? So just stand out from the crowd, make contacts, don't be afraid to make contacts, and it'll all fall into place. And discount coaches, do not think for 1 second that a discount coach isn't going to turn into a diamond coach, because I told Morgan, no way am I going to become a coach. That's crazy. But I do want a discount on my shakes, so we'll go from there. And it worked. So those are my tips. A little long-winded, but yeah, they seem to work so far.
That was unreal. I think I took like 2 pages of notes already. All right, Kristen Cortell.
Hi. I feel like I'm still working on my whole inviting coaches process, but a lot of my coaches right now are actually discount coaches, and I'm currently working on like 3 or 4 ladies who are interested in the opportunity. So I'm still learning as I go. So the thing that I like to do probably the most, well, yeah, inviting my challengers for sure is definitely how I've gotten a lot of my discount coaches, because they love the results they've seen and they want a discount. So why wouldn't they go for the discount? And one of the other ways I have invited coaches is just people that I've seen on my Facebook that are, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they kind of just seem like they might mesh with you. Like they have the right personality that would work well on your team. They're living a healthy lifestyle. They're posting quotes and just making a positive impact on others. And then, yeah, just casually like to start a conversation. I don't like to abruptly present the opportunity. I feel weird doing that. So usually I get to know them first and see what they're all about. And then once I've gotten an idea of that, I present them the opportunity of what I do, and that I think they would make a really great coach. And I try to be as genuine as I can and not give out too much information at once, like Morgan said earlier, like seeming desperate to sign up coaches or whatever. But yeah, what else did I write down here? Yeah, I also like to do positive posts about what I'm doing in my life and how coaching has affected my life and what I do, and just how it has changed me as a person and the freedom that it provides us if we don't work full time anymore. Just the different, I don't know. There's so many ways that lives can change from it that, yeah, I lost my train of thought there for a second. And sometimes I do send out, I guess, cold messages. I don't know what you would call them, but I don't like to do that very much. So that hasn't worked for me. What else can I say? Yeah, like I said, I'm still honing my process, so it's not perfect by any means, and I'm still working on it. And yeah, basically the 3 things are my challengers and my posts, and getting to know someone who I think would work well on my team.
Awesome. Thank you so much, girl. And you're growing like crazy, by the way.
I know. It's almost depressing sometimes, but
Awesome. Okay, let's just take a couple more minutes. How about the other ladies on here? Just share maybe one thing, because all of you at least have one coach. So what would maybe just share, what's one way that you think is working for you so far So the first person I see is Taryn. I know she's not feeling awesome because she just had her wisdom teeth pulled. But if you want to share maybe one thing that's you think is working for you, Taryn.
I guess I follow a lot of what Kirsten says, just because I do talk to her quite a bit about it. So the coaches that I have a couple discount, and the one girl that I have right now that's trying to get to Emerald, I guess the way that I asked her was basically what Kirsten said. Like I just said, like you're super engaged, and it already seems like you're kind of starting to lead this group, like the coaching is something that you're interested in. And from there, she was just like super flattered that I had asked her, and that kind of picked up from there. And now, actually, I don't know why this has happened, as I've been basically high on my pills all for the last 2 days. I've had 4 people message me and be like asking me to be coaches. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if it's a change in what I'm posting on Facebook or what, because most of them aren't even challengers. So I don't know if they feel bad for me because I can't eat right now or what, but kind of neat. So I'm just trying to kind of figure out, like Kristen Portella said, trying to find out how I'm going to go about it, I guess. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Autumn. Oh, I can't hear you. We can't hear you, Autumn.
Okay, I pushed my unmute button. Okay, we're good. I honestly don't really know. I had some discount coaches. I have a coach that was looking for basically a job, but she hasn't done a thing with it. So I don't know. I have her. I have people that have been my past challengers that have wanted to join. Like one just loved the products, so she joined for that. She hasn't really done a ton with it, but then I've had just recently, I had a girl that started running her own challenge group on her own, just for absolutely no reason but to support her friends. So she obviously was a huge candidate to be a coach, so I signed her up. I had one wanted to join my next challenge group, but she saw that I was looking for coaches as well, so she just did both at the same time. I've had people that, just for another job, or I've had actually a couple sign up that have been watching and talking to me for the past 2 months about signing up but have not signed up. So they just kind of did it both at the same time, and I actually just found out today that the one signed up their own coach, and she has not even had challengers yet. So I'm super pumped for her about that, but it's just very random. Like, I don't really know. I kind of just talk to people, and if I think that they're going to be a good coach, I let them know. I definitely tell them no pressure no matter what, and I don't know. I really don't know. It just works.
No, that's awesome. And that's kind of what I said too. Sometimes you don't know. You want to actively be making sure you're doing something, but sometimes it just happens. Yeah, absolutely. Kels, are you on?
Yes, I am. Can you guys see me? Oh, there we go. Okay, can you hear me? I'm just on my phone. Okay, awesome. So basically, I have found that I've gotten the most coaches from challengers. So just having the positive experience, and as soon as that first week, I always make sure that I reach out and tell them how good they're doing and how much of a leader they are of the group. And usually it's the people that are really leading in the group and being positive and posting and sharing the things that they're feeling and going through. And I let them know that they're already living the life of a coach. They're being true to who they are, and they're sharing in their journey. And that's what being a coach is. And it's motivating. And I let them just know that it's really good that they're sharing and that they're actually changing other people's lives. And then usually every week I kind of build upon that. And usually by the end of the challenge group, those ladies that seem to be the most interested end up messaging me. I find though that lots of them don't want to sign up like right away. They want to I always get the answer, I want to do it for a month or two before, so I have that progress to share with people. And I'm actually messaging someone right now about that. I'm having a conversation as we speak with someone. She'd be a great coach. She's just worried that she doesn't have the pictures to show. So we're just talking right now about how just being true and having a coach that's in the process with you can be very motivational. And it's not about having a success story. It's about living a success and being healthy and living alongside with everyone else. And I think that's just the most important part for everyone to understand. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, but I'm really having trouble helping people get to Emerald. Lots of them are really nervous about asking others to be coaches. So I've been doing a lot of Zoom calls with the girls on my team, helping them with that. But that's kind of at the point I'm stuck at right now, is helping others get to that next point. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Two things I like that you mentioned. The helping other people get to Emerald. I'm really glad you mentioned that. And maybe that's what our next topic could be, that we all Zoom together. Now that, we've kind of got a better fix on how we're going to sign up coaches, then we can go ahead and maybe touch on, okay, now once we have 8 coaches, we still need 1 Emerald on each side. So how do we now help our coaches hit Emerald? So that's awesome. I'm going to write that down and we can chat about that as one of our next topics. And I also like that you said coaches are scared to sign up if they haven't changed yet. And that is one of the things I sometimes jump on all the time. And I'm like, if you're not at your goal yet, that is even better to sign up now. I promise you that so many more people are going to connect with you if you're still on your journey than when you're done. I'm not going to lie. I didn't have a huge transformation. More of my transformation was on the inside. But a lot of people that don't really connect with me often connect with another coach because they don't really want to work with me, because they're like, oh, you already are in shape. I want to work with somebody who's also on their journey. And that's great. And that's why I love every coach is so different, and different people are going to connect with different coaches. So try and encourage them that that's a common fear, but it's only going to help them build trust in some of their customers if they're still on their journey. So thank you so much for sharing. I love this. I think this is going to be an awesome resource to share with our coaches as well. So the last couple points that I want to leave you with basically is, make sure you're putting your heart and soul into those challenge groups, because that's where you truly build people's confidence in exactly what we're doing. You're not getting paid to run challenge groups, right? So the more heart and soul you can put into that, the more they're going to love you for it and love the process. And I know there's one post in our 21-day Smart Start that is about sifting for gold. And this process really is about sifting for gold. I can literally tell you on my board the 8 coaches that I had sign up when I first became a diamond. One of them's my dad. One of them's Steven. One of them's Virginia. One of them's my best friend that's a discount coach. And the rest are currently inactive or have quit. So, it got me to that point, but there were no rock stars, Steven, because I built him myself, but he's a rock star. But there were no rock stars in that original group, really. So, I had to keep going. I had to keep sifting. And then you guys came along eventually, so it takes time. And you honestly, like Kirsten said, you never know who is going to be a rock star. You have no clue. They might shit the bed for a whole year of being a coach, and then in 1 year, they decide to just go full steam ahead, right? Or you think somebody signs up and they're just going to be a discount coach, and they end up just rocking it. So you just really never know. Just help them as much as you can. So I think that's it. Did anybody else want to mention anything before we head off?
I just wanted to add to your comment about how some people relate to coaches that are still on their journey, or it's not as intimidating if they're in peak physical condition. One of the things I wanted to mention was posting about our vulnerabilities or our slip-ups can be such a huge reassurance to people that, oh, that person is human. She doesn't eat completely clean all the time. She has the same struggles that I do. It makes you so much more relatable and trustworthy, because there's a sense of sometimes a falsehood around on Facebook, right? Because you can hide behind that profile. You don't have to admit to eating 7 deep fried pickles on a Friday night. You don't have to do that. But if you do, you're humble and you're honest, and being open with people that way makes you very relatable, and I think just more trustworthy.
Oh, thank you so much for mentioning that. That's totally true. Because I've got that comment about coaching. They're like, well, I can't work out every day and I can't eat healthy all the time. Girlfriend, I am struggling with my froyo addiction every day. So
I actually kind of just going off what Kirsten said. I think, like, I wasn't kidding when I said that I think I got coaches because of my wisdom teeth. I made a post yesterday, and it was something to do with drinking Shakeology, because yesterday I literally ate 12 chocolate puddings. Like, I'm not kidding. That's all I consumed. And I had someone message me that was just like, oh my God, like, I crave chocolate pudding nonstop. And she's a girl that wants to sign up as a coach. So it's kind of funny, like, how we connected. But so I see what you mean, Kirsten.
that is too awesome. Okay, ladies, I will wrap it up there, and I'm recording, so I'll upload it overnight. It'll probably take overnight, and then I will get it in our group first thing in the morning if you want to share this with any of your team too. So I hope you have an awesome, awesome night, and I hope this helped a little bit.